Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here and welcome back to our video. I'm gonna talk a bit less loud in this video because it's like 3 in the morning and my neighbors are still sleeping. If you're like wondering why I'm up at 3 in the morning, you might also hear the cat in the background running around the house, and that's the reason basically. So since I couldn't sleep, I thought I might as well talk about this. So a new Shazam trailer just dropped, as in the new character that's gonna get released. It is not really a gameplay trailer, but it has some gameplay. So we're going to talk about that, but first I'm going to let you guys watch the whole thing. And we're going to break down the parts where he actually fights afterwards. By the way, no sound because I'm gonna get a copyright strike, so I apologize. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to address the thing that everybody's thinking about, that's actually playing this game. He looks exactly like Gold Shazam. I think he's got lightning on his chest, a bit smaller, and he's got the boots a bit different, but he looks, for the most part, exactly like Gold Shazam. And to be honest, I'm not sure how they could have done it differently, because he kind of looks also the same in both movies, so yeah, a bit of a problem in that regard. But nevertheless, I'm happy we get a new Shazam character, even though it looks the goddamn same. And his basic hits look a bit weird, like they seem like they are from the old Shazam, but at the same time not really or not fully, and that would be a shame because they got the basic hits so well about Shazam. Like, that's one of the best things about his design. His basic hits, they feel snappy, they feel crispy. If they modify them, it's most likely gonna be for the worst. Over here we get to see a special ability being used. We have no idea if it's the first special, the second special, or the third special, but what is very clear is the fact that it's kinda reworked third special of base Shazam, like the one where he does the thunder thing and thunder comes from the sky. Now only another part of Shazam comes from the sky and hits the enemy, but it's literally the exact same animation, except for instead of thunder you get a guy jumping the other dudes. And to be honest, I don't really like the special, not necessarily because it's recycled after the current Shazam third special, but because it feels a bit weird. I don't know, this just feels weird. The grab feels forced. It's like they're playing wrestling and Kim Flint's Aquaman's like, oh, you want to do that move? I got you. I'm gonna turn my back so you can grab me. And then the other guy just bonks the enemy in the head. No big flashy thing, no big thunder, no big nothing. This just doesn't look well. Like, it's one thing when you try to reuse assets to make a new special, but it's a whole nother thing when the thing that you're doing reusing those assets is actually inferior to the original thing. At that point, just leave the goddamn original thing in there. Yeah, this is just a bit weird. Let me know what you guys think about this, but I really don't like the animation that much. At least it throws the enemy down, that's something. But yeah, let's move on. I would also like to point out that he's got a bit of a glowing thing above his head, and that's gotta be some sort of passive. Some sort of buff that he constantly receives, and the fact that he's got that lightning above his head is going to signify that buff is active. Now, yet again, visually speaking, because that's the only point we can speak on so far, because we haven't seen the effects of the passive, yet again, I think it looks kind of weird and kind of bad. Like, it looks at the level of lightning kind of thunder that comes out of his hands. I'm talking about the character in Just Immobile, or something from Black Lightning. Doesn't really scream Shazam to me, because Shazam is not really about electricity in my mind, but more about raw thunder. I think that could have been shown better, but nevertheless, this is more or less a confirmation that he's gonna have an active buff, and we're going to get like that whenever it's active, or maybe whenever it's maxed out. Because for example, we have Inflamed Sakoman with his passive that builds up attack, and when he's max stacks, he's going to get glowing hands. Maybe Shazam is gonna get a thunder above his head whenever he is at full stacks, or that might signify something that's ready to be used. For example, let's say his specials, though this is just an example and totally wild guess, but let's say his specials are gonna do different things. Like they are gonna have an empowered mode, they're gonna have normal mode, and then whenever there's a thunder available above his head, they're gonna have empowered modes, and they're going to do better consuming that thunder stack. It's gonna be one of those two things, and we can't tell for sure until we see. It's most likely a buff. But yeah, let's move on from that as well. Over here we have just a jump attack, so no big deal, but they changed the color on the attack, so the Shazam will feel a bit different indeed, at least because of that. And at the same time, it's the jump attack from the gold Shazam that we have, so that brings high hopes that he's got the same basic hits, and that would be absolutely amazing, because yet again, the hits, the taps, the swipes, the jumps, the swipe downs on Shazam, on Gold Shazam, are very, very well done, and it would be a shame if they were not kept actually, but this brings a bit more hope in that regard. And yeah, kind of the last thing I want to point out is that when he uses the whatever special this is, when somebody comes in and jumps on the enemy's head, is this dude. Then when he uses this special is this dude. Not sure if it's the same dude, might not be, they kind of look the same. However, this is a gal. I can tell by the small boobies that we're able to kind of make out in this blurry screenshot. A boy Raiden's not having a good time, or having a good time, depending on the man's fetishes, but he's getting stepped on by a female over there, and over here King is getting stepped on by a male. So there's gonna be different versions of Shazam coming out for each special, and while this might be purely cosmetic and I'm thinking too much about it, it might as well be something related to some effects. Like, you know, for example, how these Tana negative effects do cycle through, and she's gonna apply different things and then start the cycle over again. It might be the same with this man, with different Shazam versions helping him with the specials, and each one of them bringing a different benefit or something like that. But yeah, that's about it. That's kind of all I was able to dig through in terms of what we got. Keep in mind, it's not a gameplay trailer, this is just a character trailer. We're going to maybe get a gameplay trailer with more detailed skills, or I'm just gonna get him tomorrow anyway and play him. So yeah, if you're excited for that and you want to see some gameplay of the new legendary Shazam that looks exactly the same as the gold Shazam, please do subscribe. I'm sorry for not talking as usual in this video, but hey, my neighbors deserve to get some sleep. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.